Hi everybody, I'm Sean Holsinger from holsingersflyshop.com, bringing you another fly tying video. This one's a really cool one. It's a green drake pattern. I haven't done one in a while, and this is a nymph pattern, and it's a really cool one with lively legs. It's very similar. If you watched my slate drake pattern, it's very similar to that. I just switch up some colors to make a different fly, and that's what a lot of fly tying is. It's changing the colors to match your hatch. And you know, this is a mayfly pattern. A green drake is a mayfly, a slate drake is a mayfly. They're both mayflies. They're just different colors. So you can tie them the same to make the same, it's the same body, it's just different colors. You know, mix and match your colors to fit your situation, and that's what we're doing here. But anyway, this green drake was a great pattern by John Peters. He shared it with Lively Legs. Lively Legs posted it on their page. And I actually had a customer email me and ask if I could tie this, do a custom order of these flies. And I said sure. And once I tied them, I had to share it because it's such a great, easy pattern. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to keep my talking to a minimum here at the beginning and let you see this fly in the vise. So let's get into tying it. Here you see the fly and the material list to tie it. Okay everybody, here you see this very cool looking green drake pattern in the vise. Let's get into tying it now. I'm going to skip ahead a couple steps and get things sped up here. For a hook, I'm using a 7/18 Firehole in a size 10. For the bead, it's a Firehole tungsten bead in black, and the size is 3.5 millimeter. And then I'm putting 0.20, 0.15 lead, either one, whatever you like there. This is 0.15 lead, about 20 wraps. And then I just shove it up in there to hold it in place. Now I'm going to take some, doesn't really matter what thread, a dark one or even an olive will work here. This is dark gray 140 Denier, because the only place it's going to shine is on the collar. So olive would work great if you have it. Just going to wrap my thread back to the back. Next thing I'm going to use is I'm going to use 3 pieces of Ostrich Herl here. This is a nice olive Ostrich Herl. And we're just going to pull 3 pieces off. And I'm going to line the tips up on them. And this is going to make our tail. So what I'm just going to do is try to get these all equal lengths. You see there. And then we're going to hold it down on top and where we want the tail to be. I'm going to bring it back up here a little bit just to make it easier to work with. Okay. And that's going to be a little bit long, so I'm just going to put like 2 wraps and then pull these back through to get them the length I want them. It's about right there. And then I'm going to pull these back over, and by wrapping it back a little further like that, it allows me to use the meatier part of the Ostrich Herl too, so it's a good thing to wrap it back there. It's not a big deal. Okay, so we're going to wrap that back to the bend where I want it. Next thing I'm going to put on is a piece of copper wire. This is Brassie size copper wire. And we're just going to wrap that in. This is going to hold everything in place back here on the end. Okay, and then our backing here, which is a piece of tan Antron, and we're just going to tie that right down over the top. Alright, now we got all those components in there. We need to put our dubbing on. So I don't want to make this too thick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Stonefly Gills. This is SLF Whitlock's dubbing blend in Stonefly Gill. And what I really want to do is change the color of my thread, like I say all the time. I don't want to build up too thick here. I already used, you know, some material to build up on this already. So I'm really just changing the color of my thread to make a Not an overwhelming body here, but a thin one that just changes the color. And I'm going to bring it up there about 2/3 of the way, right like that. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our Ostrich Herl and wrap it forward. And we're going to space these out nice and evenly. This is going to give us that nice gilt effect on our abdomen back there. And then we'll trim these off. Now we're going to pull our tan right straight over the back. And we're going to tie that off. So you see there, I'm just going to pull that right over, keep it in line with the bead, make it nice and flat, and tie it down. Now this is the end of what we're going to use for this color here, so we're going to trim it off. And I'm going to wrap my copper wire up here. And this is just going to hold this in place, keep that Antron from spinning around there. And there we go. Try not to trap your Ostrich Herl feathers. And just make it nice and clean. That's what we're going for here. Nice clean body. Okay. So there's our abdomen of the fly. You can see how it has that nice gilt effect. You got the rib in there, it's segmented. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the wing case on this fly. For the wing case, I'm using some more Antron, and this is dark brown Antron. Just going to tie it down on top. And what I did, as you can see here, I took one piece, folded it in half, and tied it down by the tips. So it's going to be double. On the abdomen there, I went single ply. This one we're double ply. So we're going to go back to that Stonefly gill. And again, we're not going to overdo it. We're going to change the color of our thread here. We don't want to build this up too big because we got to put legs in there and put some more dubbing on it in a second. So put it on there thin. And then I like to start at the head and wrap backwards. Okay, and then I'll come back to the middle where I stopped there, and I'm going to put a little bit more dubbing on. And it doesn't take a whole lot. Okay, we're going real thin on this one. And this is just going to cover up the legs. Because the legs ride on the top of this, you can't see it from the bottom. So you just need a little bit to cover it up on top. We're gonna. Oh, I took one lively leg. This is olive, and I cut the front 2 legs off of it, and I cut the tabs off too. I like working without the tabs here. And I'm just gonna set it on top, lock it into place, and then I'll figure 8 over top of it a couple times, and work back right up behind that bead. There you can see I have nothing on the bottom, no thread showing through. It's nice and proportionate there. And I got it covered on top pretty well too. So this is going to be covered by my wing case, which I'm about to pull over in a second. So you don't need it real thick. If some of the green shows through, you can just see a touch of the green showing through right there. That's fine. We're just going to pull our wing case over and wrap it down right behind the bead. And I like to keep it a hair loose so it spreads out a little bit better and really covers that up nicely. And then once I get it how I like it, I'll make 2 or 3 tight wraps, cinch it down, we'll cut it off, and then I'm just going to whip finish a collar on here. And like I said, if you use dark olive or olive thread or something, it would work great, but I'm using dark gray, and you can see it really doesn't show in. It blends in with that bead real nice. And there you go. You got yourself a nice green drake nymph. Okay, guys. I hope you like that pattern. It's very simple. You know, for a big fly, it's a simple pattern to tie, and that's what I like about it. Just all around lively leg kind of fly, the standard for their pattern, you know, their style of flies. And John Peters, who invented this fly, did a great job. I give him a lot of credit. It's a great looking fly, easy to tie, and it's very clean. And that's what I like about it. I can tie it quickly, and it looks clean, nice and clean, you know, pretty, should I say, fly. So have fun tying it, experiment around, you know, tie other hatches in this style. Just change the color to meet the hatch in your area. You know, the green drakes aren't around very long, so you don't have much time to fish them. But I have an ISO video that I already have out that you're really going to like. It's tied the same way, it's just different colors. So like I always say on my videos, learn the techniques, change the colors, and you can cover, you know, you can cover your different patterns and have fun tying. Not have to learn a whole bunch of different patterns to cover a bunch of different insects. A lot of them are the same thing. If it's a mayfly, it's a mayfly. It's just a different color. And you can have a lot of fun tying. So try this one out. Go check out my Isonychia video, the brown drake, or sorry, the slate drake video that I have on this with lively legs. It's a great pattern, very simple, nice, same lines and everything as this one. You're gonna love it. So have fun tying, guys. If you need any of the materials, you can find them down in the material list, down listed below in the description. As always, please like and subscribe our channel. Give us the thumbs up. And like I said, I found out about these flies from a custom order that I had to do. A guy sent me a picture. He saw it on Lively Legs site. Said, I need these flies. Can you tie them? And I said, yeah. And once I started tying them, I found out how easy they were. So I do a lot of custom orders. I wanted to share this one with you because it was an easy one. And if you're looking for a fly like this or any others, don't be afraid to reach out at me, holsingersflyshop@gmail.com. And, you know, I can do a custom order for you like these. So thanks for watching, everybody. Until next week, I'm Sean Holsinger.